And joining us now from Washington with the Republican point of view is Representative John Boehner of Ohio, the House Minority Leader. Good enough to join us live this morning. Good morning to you, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. Good morning.
Good. What do you think of the president's proposal for taking on the financial industry? Just want to get your overall thoughts.
Well, overall, there's a lot that we agree on in terms of the Republican proposal that's out there and the president's proposal. But if you look deeply into some of what the president's calling for, we'll have the federal government deciding what interest ought to be charged on credit cards. We'll have the president's proposal having decide what kind of financial products are available. And I just think that the government involvement in the financial industry is going to be too big of a foot on an industry that's already having problems. I think at the end of the day, what the American people want is they want to know, how do I get my job back? How do I hold on to my job? And these kind of policies that we're seeing out of the administration are going to work to slow down job growth and prevent the private sector from growing and bringing people back to work.
But I know you heard Dr. Romer, what she said, that the status quo is not an option, that there were gaps and that there were failures and that something is needed to protect consumers from some lenders and credit card companies. How do you address that?
Well, as I say, there certainly are gaps in the current system, and we agree with the president that we need to fill those gaps. But when it comes to the development of new financial products to serve the American people, almost all of these would have to have an approval by some government agency before they're offered. And while there are numerous consumer protections already in the law, the question is just how big of a foot does the government have to play into the private markets in our country?
Let's talk for a moment about health care. The Obama administration argues that their reform package will ensure those that do not have insurance at this point and will cut costs. What's your response to their reform package?
Well, we agree with the president and want to work with the president to make sure that all Americans have access to high-quality, affordable health insurance. But we're not for the government taking control of our health system. And if you look at the leading Democrat proposals in the House and Senate, they have this giant government bureaucracy that literally is going to take over private health insurance in America. And if you think the post office is the model of efficiency, can you imagine what they're going to do to America's health care? We're going to unveil our plan today that will bring down costs, insure most Americans, and improve the quality of care that we have in our country.
Can you give us some highlights of what that's going to be, what you're going to unveil today?
We're going to make sure that all Americans have access to high-quality health insurance. Part of the way of doing that is to ensure that they get the same tax treatment as companies do today. So insurance premiums are deductible for people whether they get their insurance from their company or not. Bigger risk pools in states for those people who have pre-existing conditions. Help for those who can't afford health insurance in the private market. But we want to take the current system and improve it to cover almost all Americans. We don't want the government to come in and Bigfoot this like they've done other things.
I know you're going to reveal more details later today. We appreciate you, John Boehner, Representative John Boehner, for joining us this morning. Thanks so much. Have a good day.